What if strength isn't how loud you shout, but how quietly you obey when everything inside you wants to run? What if the true test of your faith isn't in how you worship on the mountain, but in how you obey in the valley, under pressure? Welcome to the renewed mind, where transformation begins not in the body, but in the spirit. Today I need to tell you something most people never realize. True strength is obedience under pressure, not when it's comfortable, not when it's easy, but when it hurts. When God says wait, and everything in you says go. When God says stay, and the world says run. Pressure doesn't break real strength, it reveals it. Abraham, the father of faith, he wasn't just tested in his belief, he was tested in his obedience. God told him to sacrifice his only son, Isaac. Imagine the pressure, the mental battle, the confusion. God, didn't you promise this child? But Abraham didn't argue. He didn't delay, he obeyed under pressure. And just as the knife was raised, God provided a ram in the thicket. Obedience opened the door to provision. Pressure was just the gate to the promise. Maybe your obedience doesn't involve a mountain or a knife. Maybe it looks like forgiving when you want revenge, staying when you want to leave, praying when you're exhausted, tithing when the bills are due. These are not just acts of faith, they are acts of strength. Because real strength is quiet, submitted, and unshakable. Even Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane faced pressure. He said, "Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me." But then he surrendered. "Not my will, but yours be done." That moment wasn't weakness. It was warfare. It was obedience, under divine pressure. And because of that moment, salvation came to the world. Our culture defines strength as noise, dominance, visibility. But heaven defines strength as obedience in silence. A renewed mind doesn't seek applause. It seeks alignment. It asks, "Lord, what are you saying?" and obeys as whether anyone claps or not. Obedience is quiet trust in God's wisdom, even when His plan breaks your comfort. What pressure are you under right now? Financial, emotional, spiritual? Could it be that God is not punishing you, but preparing you? Could it be that the delay, the silence, the fire, are divine tools to reveal what's unshakable inside you? Don't run from the pressure. Stand still in obedience. Because what feels like delay is God's divine training ground for destiny. Remember Joseph, betrayed, sold, forgotten, pressured, but he obeyed. And when the time was right, in one day he went from prisoner to prime minister. Your obedience is not in vain. Pressure is the test before promotion. Obedience is what moves you from promise to fulfillment. Friend, hear this. You are stronger than you feel, not because of your own power, but because the Spirit of God lives in you. He gives you the power to obey, to stand, to wait, to resist. And if all you can do today is say, "Yes, Lord, I trust you," that is victory, that is power, that is strength under pressure. If this message stirred something inside you, if you're under pressure but choosing obedience anyway, then type in the comments, "I choose obedience even under pressure." Subscribe to The Renewed Mind for more revelations that renew, restore, and rebuild. Share this video with someone in the fire. Remind them they're not alone. And as always, renew your mind, transform your life, and walk boldly in strength that obeys.